Hello, I'm Toppy and welcome back to the brand new Fortnite video. Today I wanted to give you my top 5 tips how to play the best in the new limited time 50v50 mode. 50v50 version 2 is different from the normal mode because you get more loot, the circle's preset so when you spawn in you know exactly where you're heading to for the final circle. In that final circle you do get loads of supply drops always coming down, so that's an emphasis to push there pretty early on in the game just so you can get all of that good loot. And in this mode you get increased ammo and materials to help you battle those 50 players. Because of all this it plays out a lot differently to a normal game, so there's a lot of different things you want to be doing and also a couple of different ways you can be running your loadout so you can get the most kills in a game possible. And hopefully these tips will help you do that. So starting off with tip number 1, in this mode you often have to kill players that are long distances away from you hiding behind cover, so for this you're going to want to always be running a sniper in your loadout just so you can get those one-tap headshots on players that are just peeking over their ramps, because as there's so many players in this mode people tend to play a lot more defensively, they tend to just build up and hide behind it and get easy kills over the top of it, so you want to be countering that every time they peek. You're going to want to try and get a shot on the head, and also to do this you're going to want a sniper which isn't the bolt action. It's not bad, and if it's all that you can find then it'll do, but preferably you're going to want at least a semi-auto sniper. Sometimes a hunting rifle is very useful just because it has that open field of view so you can see all the players around you. It does make getting those accurate shots off onto other players a lot quicker following up after your first one. And also the scope TR is really good in this mode just because you have 20 bullets you can spam fire really fast, and that gun is pretty much 100% accurate at any ranges, so as long as you just keep spamming on their bodies you will eventually kill them, and it means you can always take those shots whenever they peek up, because if they're using a bolt action sniper they have to keep on going behind cover to reload it. You can just keep your aim pre-aimed on where the head will pop up just so you can get those quick and easy kills. Really though, it doesn't matter which of these weapons you're using, as long as you're running one of them in your loadout you will be getting a lot more kills than you would be otherwise, because if you're not running a scoped weapon then there'll be a lot of opportunities where you can't hit them just because you don't have that long ranged accuracy. Tip number 2 is also kind of related to the previous one, and for this I'm saying that you should always be running an explosive weapon as well, or if you can't find a weapon just grenades, because these are incredibly important for taking out the bases of big tall builds that people are doing. For some reason in this mode players like to build really high towers in the final circle, and if you do have a grenade launcher or an RPG you can easily take out the base of this, killing them just from fall damage. This is a really easy and effective way to kill them, and it's also really good for when players are building tall ramps to place the jump pads at the top of, because again you can get those kills just from fall damage. It's a really easy way of getting kills and it's a lot simpler than trying to destroy the player's cover before shooting them. Tip number 3, for this one I'm saying you shouldn't be carrying meds. In this game mode, because you do have that increased amount of loot, you will often be carrying 2 or 3 of the campfires. This will allow you to heal your HP without having to take up a spot in your loadout with bandages or medkits. Obviously you still want to be carrying shields, mostly the mini shields just so you can carry 10 of them, but you don't need to be taking up a full slot just with bandages or medkits, because this is just a waste. It means you can't carry as many weapons as you might want to. Prioritising weapons in this game and different types of weapons just because of the different ranges you will be engaging in is the most important. Like I said, you're going to really want a sniper and a grenade launcher, so if you've got an assault rifle, a close ranged weapon like a shotgun or an SMG, and then your sniper and grenade launcher, you only have 1 slot left, and taking shields is way more important than those meds, because you have your fires and you'll find loads of meds lying around on the floor in the big battles. Tip number 4 is make sure you are focusing on building and materials. At the start of the game one of the most important things to do is make sure you do get a lot of materials, get about 500 wood and 500 stone, because this is essential for when you get into the big battles. If you don't have amazing weapons, by the time you get into a big fight it isn't that much of a problem. You can just build, defend yourself, and then once your teammates have got some kills you go in and take the better weapons from the enemies that have died. But if you don't have those materials you will get killed extremely quickly. You're going to want to be building straight away every single time you stop, otherwise you'll be exposed to the enemies and you'll get picked off really easily. And finally, tip number 5 is that you want to be dropping close to the final circle. As the final circle is on the map straight away when you are spawning in, you know where you want to be dropping and you want to be going straight towards it if you can. Obviously you can fly to a town that's further away from the circle because you will have more weapons because there won't be as many players there to take them, but your game will be a lot slower because there isn't as many enemies out there to kill, and if you don't find launch pads there you'll have a really long run to the circle. Generally with all the supply drops you should be able to find enough loot near the circle, and it'll make a much more fast paced and interesting game. Let me know in the comments down below if you have been playing the 50v50 v2 mode. There isn't that long left of it, but I'm hoping they are going to bring it back in the future, just because all the different changes to this mode does make it a completely different experience than normal types of game modes. few of the limited time modes that we have had in the past, like Solid Gold and Sniper Shootout, aren't really that different because it's still the same game mode just with different weapons that we're allowed to use. This one does completely alter the way that people play, and you do have some really good fights when there's loads of people in the final circle. But thanks for watching, I hope these tips will be useful to you. If you have enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave it a like. On screen now are 2 end cards which will take you through to my other Fortnite videos, and obviously if you want to see more videos like this or full guides for the weekly challenges, make sure you are subscribing. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.